Welcome to the Motley Croc Show. What's everybody doing tonight? It's actually the 3rd of April, and it's pretty crazy up there. Let me just pop this up a little bigger so you can see me. It's been one of those crazy days, crazy days trying to get all this stuff hooked back up. What's up, Jeff?
What's up, y'all?
What's up, buddy? How are you doing?
I'm good. Just finished working 72 hours in a row, so it was a little hairy, but I got through it.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good.
I got a
killer, man. Yeah, I'm just trying to get ready. We've got the show coming up on Saturday, so I got to get up there to Cal area tomorrow afternoon and check that stuff out and get all that going. Yeah, man, I'm kind of excited about that. It's going to be kind of cool. I got a pretty cool lineup tonight. Talking about some cool stuff. Yeah. I, like I said, as people start to fill in, we'll just chew the cud a little bit, and then we'll just kind of get into some stuff.
Yeah, I'm down.
I just want to see how it's been. The weather's been insane, huh? What do you think about that warmth?
Oh, yeah, it's fucking hot today. That's one thing about sleeping during the day is I usually don't have to deal with it much.
Which is good.
It just come out at night when it's not so hot.
You mean when it's 100? Yeah. It's still 100 at night, it seems,
what's up, Michael?
Which is pretty crazy. What's up, Michael? How you doing, bud? It's still like really crazy outside at night, though, man. I mean, I can't even – I go outside, I'm like, there's just no way it's that hot. What's up, Heidi? How are you? It just doesn't.
I know. It's crazy how it sticks around. Hey, Heidi.
Yeah, it's like nuts.
Like, did y'all get that crazy storm down here this week?
No, I didn't get any crazy storm. I know there was one coming through, but it really didn't come to me.
It blasted through.
Not something I needed.
It woke me up a few times when I was trying to sleep because it came through during the day. So it was pretty loud, crazy.
Wow, cool thunderstorm. I haven't had one of those in a while. I'm sure
I like them usually, unless I'm trying to sleep and I can't. But other than that, I love them. Hey, what's up, Sean?
Oh, what's up, dude? And I bet he's hating. And Sean has to work sometimes in areas that can be pretty hot. I bet he's not really enjoying that stuff too. Well, thank you, Chara. If you were wearing a hat, I would like your hat too. How's the weather there? Let's see, weather's crazy. Rain, thunderstorms, and snow. What?
Yeah, we didn't get any snow. At least not this time around.
It was 96 degrees here yesterday, man. Yesterday. So we got to make sure that we stay on tune with that. Anyhow, I'm waiting on Brittany to pop in soon sometime because I'd like to see her kind of pop in there. And Danasukas, what's up, man? Oh, you guys are in the high 70s next week. Cool. That's a little bit better. That'll give you a little bit of a break of things coming up. At least for weather-wise, you can get outside and feel pretty good about yourself. Jeff, you're completely frozen, brother.
Oh yeah, it was my my internet connection went out and back in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're kind of back now, but you're heavily pixelated. I'm just letting you know. You're there though, but we hear you.
Okay.
I don't have any guests in the red chair today, so we're just.
I could sign in, sign back out, see if that works.
I mean, yeah, whatever you want to do. If you think, it depends. Are you using your landline or Wi-Fi?
I'm using my landline. Oh, no, Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi, but it usually works pretty good.
Yeah, sometimes it's just glitchy like that. I'll be napping in the back of my van, AC full blast in, doing work. I don't blame you, dude. It's been so hot out, man. It's been really crazy. It's been really crazy. Yeah,
it's just brutal.
I'm surprised I haven't seen Brittany here yet, man. She's usually not this late, in the game.
Right. I'm telling you.
People, they get in these habits with they have to put their 12 and 13-year-old kids to sleep and stuff, and then they got to lay with them for an hour. My parents didn't do that. They just were like, go fuck yourself and go to sleep, pretty much. You'd come out with that bullshit like, oh, I just need a drink of water. You didn't need a drink of water. You got water by your bed,
right.
Kind of shit.
Water.
Tried. Now everybody caters to them. They like hold their children. Mommy, start 8th grade tomorrow. I'm going to lay with you. It's 8th grade.
So you fall asleep.
Yeah, I don't know why kids can't go to bed. I mean, my mom sent me to bed, bro. When I was like 5 years old, it was like, go to bed. Go to bed. So I don't know. It's just, I guess it's something that it's a new way. It's a new parenting, I guess, and stuff. What's up, Brianna? How are you?
Yeah, we definitely went to bed when we were told to, for sure.
Oh, 100%. Hello from High Springs, Florida. What's up, Julie? Wow, Julie's in High Springs, Florida. Make sure you look at this pretty chair, Julie. Julie's the one that gave it to us. Look at that. Julie and Tracy. Really nice chair.
High Springs sounds like my kind of place, man.
Yeah, me too. And there's Judy. What's up, Judy? We were just talking about you.
We're good.
We're
Brandon.
doing good
Thank you.
tonight. We're going to get into some stuff. I'm still waiting on my sister. When she pops in, we're going to talk a little bit about what we got going on this weekend and some upcoming stuff. And I'm just waiting until she pops in because I don't want to like talk about it yet without her here. So I don't want to get anything wrong, you know. But yeah, we got some events coming up for Saturday. So we're going to be lining up pretty soon. Yeah, man, it's going to be a good time.
Hey, Judy.
No, we were talking about today's parents, how everybody like has to put their kids to bed all the way up till they're like 15. They have to cuddle them till they fall asleep. And I was like, Jeff and I were talking when we were kids and we were 5 years old. It was go to bed. Enough is enough. And we just went to bed. I mean, my mom didn't play around. Man.
Yeah, if I questioned it, my mom would just turn around and say, March.
Yeah, now my mom will say some bullshit on here. She's like, I never did that. I was very nice. I came in there and read you a story and all that. She'll say that because she's on here, but that's not true. It was different back in the late 70s and 80s. We were like, go to bed. Go to bed. There was no reason for us to be up. I think a lot of that has to do with now, like, kids get into like social media and they get on and they think they get their head all wound up and they see something and then mom's got to lay down with them and shit. And then they get no time. And then it ends up in divorce. It's crazy. What a crazy thing. And I wouldn't know. I mean, you're a dad. You would know. My mom said you never went to bed. Yeah, but it wasn't because you didn't yell at me, and you sure as hell didn't come in there and lay with me. Oh, right. It's time for sleepy Troy. I can't even see my mom doing this with me. It's time for bed. Good night. You know who used to do that, though? I had a cousin. His name was Brett.
Hey, what's up, Sage?
And his mom would go in there all the time. What's up, Sage Pop? His mom would go in there all the time and just coddle him. What a little dork that guy was. Welcome to the stage, Britt Investigates.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up,
well, we're glad to see you too, Sage Pup. Yeah, so Brittany, I'll put this up real quick and you can talk a little bit about it. This is a painting by Britt Investigates.
Nice.
Yeah, she's going to be auctioning that off, or the company is going to be auctioning that off at the Bigfoot conference on Saturday. We're going to be out there at the Equestrian Center in Ocala. You guys can look that up. It's the
horses in Ocala.
Yeah, right. It's going to be the Great Florida Bigfoot Conference. It's going to be a lot of like. I know she is way cuter than us. Are you talking about the female Bigfoot painting, Sage, or are you actually talking about Brittany? I mean, I don't.
They're both better looking than us.
I just don't. I mean, but yeah. So she's going to be doing that. So tell me a little bit about that, Brittany. Why people are on here that you're gonna take that out, right? You did that strictly for this event, correct?
Just for the event. Yep, one of a kind, and it's going to go into their silent auction. I have a frame for it, so it will be a framed painting. And then my partner over at the Cryptozooies that I'm partnered with, I'm gonna include a couple of the skunk ape and Bigfoot pins to go along with the silent auction on behalf of Cryptozooies. And yeah, so it's got to get it while it's hot, one of a kind.
Now I do go out there, but let us not forget, for people who are tuning in or watching us later, I will be out there. But if you ask me questions about seeing Bigfoots and stuff, I have no idea about that because I've never seen one. I deal more with non-cryptid things like, wildlife and things like that. So Justin, and I
crypto
do a lot with
is
that.
wildlife. It's just
crypto is a currency.
Ruined.
But
I thought it was a parasite.
Yeah.
No, because crypto is actually Greek, like crypto, not cryptid. Crypto is actually Greek. It's spelled with a K, and that's where it comes from. It actually just means hidden and secret. Like that's actually where it came from.
Oh,
so it's like whatever people.
Well, crypto
is some weird shit nowadays.
Well, no, crypto is it's hidden money, basically.
Cryptocurrency. Yeah, right. But it's still the same thing. It's just Greek. It's just Greek terminology.
It's all Greek to me, man.
Heidi said she loves your painting too, Britt. And
thanks, Heidi.
Sage Pup's rock band many years ago wrote a song called Sasquatch Girl.
Love it.
Must be about you, Brittany. But yeah, so people will be like, so what do you see? And I'm like, I don't, that's not really me and Justin. We handle more of the animal stuff. We let Brittany go out. And then if we try to figure out on the other side of things, that's our, I'm not going to sit here and lie about that. I don't know much about that. So if you see me out there and you come up and talk cryptid stuff, I'm not too familiar with it. I don't handle that side of it. So definitely direct that all to Brittany, but I will be there and I will be bringing an alligator for people to see and hold because it's real.
Nice. Is it crypto alligator? Or?
No, it's actually a real one. I mean, I can hide it under the desk and tell everybody we have a cryptid alligator here.
Well, in a way, I guess in a way, she would be kind of cryptid.
Well, we'll see. That'll be a surprise for the people there.
You should just glue a bunch of hair on to Justin and tell everybody that he's a Sasquatch.
Yeah,
well, we could. He's fucking big enough.
Telling you, man.
Yeah, put him in a suit.
And
He's
so
a
that's
Sphinx Sasquatch. He's got no hair.
there you go. There you go. He's a pseudo squatch. You want pseudo?
The hairless squatch.
But I mean, so I just want people to know that when they're there and they see that and they come up and definitely direct that to Brittany, because I would have no idea.
But if you do have wildlife questions that pertain to the field of cryptozoology,
you can talk to Brittany
talk to.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. He could talk. You guys could ask him those questions, like a lot of these different things. Like there's questions that I think are very intriguing to get from an animal behavioralist perspective. So like you might have questions.
Stop it.
No, I'm being serious. I'm not trying to fluff here. I'm being serious.
Yeah, but those people don't think about that stuff. They just want to be chased down by a 10-foot ape and tickled.
No, you'll be very surprised at where some of these people start. You know, I wish that it wasn't so the way that it is nowadays, but in the actual field, in the community that are actually trying to figure out what could this really be, they do a lot of legwork on the background of understanding as much as they can without actually working in the animal field of what they need to pay attention to, or what characteristics should they pay attention to, or how would an animal like this behave if it did live in this type of environment. And they actually do that. So it is interesting.
So is this Bigfoot picture before and after?
Yeah, no, the reason I did get asked this question, but I put it in when I shared it on Instagram, I kind of gave a backstory of like why it's divided. So in the Bigfoot community field, we have believers versus the non-believers, right? So the non-believers sit on the scientific field where we need physical evidence. We need the bones. And the believers that see the animal see this human side to it, to where some hunters have said, I've had this thing in my scope and I've made eye contact with it and I couldn't kill it because it just looked too human and it felt like I was killing somebody. And they've quit hunting. They quit going into the woods. They just changed their whole life after it. And so it's kind of like this blend.
Me too, at a bar.
You know, it's kind of like, for me, it's just a blend of the field, the community, of the myth versus the fact, the science fact that we need, the DNA side. So it's kind of a blend of the two that I felt was fitting, instead of just I just wanted it to be kind of a blend of both worlds. Yeah. In the community.
Yeah. that's what I said. I wanted to put it up, and I'll put it back up again. I just want to make sure that, I kind of popped it up and let everybody kind of see what you were doing with that.
Gonna have a cool old frame that I got at a vintage store.
Because that's usually would look cool with that, like the wooden stuff like that. And
it's like gold and wooden to bring out the browns and stuff. Yeah,
it is really cool. Man, it's okay. I know it's they drop stuff like that on us, and
it's all right.
There's just time like that where a lot of people are working or whatever. It's a really great opportunity, man, because we're going to meet a lot of different people, and a lot of different people are going to be able to see what I do. And I think that's important for them too, because I think a lot of times you see people on TV, we get categorized in with, these monster chasers. So that's really not what we do. We just go to make sure Brittany doesn't get killed.
You're the muscle.
True.
And then we just try to debunk a lot of stuff. But on the other spectrum of things, we do a lot of education. I think there's going to be a lot of people that want to really see what we do. And I think it'll be a really good time. I think there'll be a lot of really cool, avenues and questions, and people have a lot of stuff, and it's good. It's great marketing.
Getting where it's at.
Great marketing for me.
And even on my side too, I'm like hoping to learn more from some of the people. Like the one thing I like about this is that you might learn about somebody new in the field, or someone's new book, or someone's new theory that you're not familiar with. Like for me, because I just keep my nose down, I kind of do my own thing. So I think it's cool too to interact and like get to talk to people and see different perspectives too, and just listen. Like you don't ever really get that one-on-one like that. So that's the part that I like.
Right.
Because like I have my own style, and it's vastly different than like most of the people in the field. So when I get to talk to people, I like hearing like their take, or something they tried new, or their technique, or maybe a new way they figured out how to make a cast that was quicker. Like I just think that those times, getting able to talk to people and engage and talk ideas and theories, and like kind of just be humbled. Like you're just a person, you're just doing a job. Like, let's talk about it. Let's have fun with this. Like I love conferences and events for this reason alone, is to just talk.
And you meet a lot of different people, I mean, if I know I probably look like I belong at a reptile show, but I think that, when,
for sale, maybe.
I mean, yeah, when you go to like, some of those places, for example, when you go to like, some of these types of events, there's any type of convention always depends on what it's geared to, right? And I think that you know, going to some of those different, there's a lot of people that come to reptile shows too for the first time. And they, a lot of people go to reptile shows that aren't necessarily into reptiles and they learn something. So I think for me, it's going to be a little bit, you know, learning curve, and, you know, and I really get the mentality of it. And I'm not going to sit here and bash it and say that it's not real or they're all stupid or ding dongs or whatever. I hear a lot of that. And I think some of them are. I 100% do. I think when you lie and make up stories that aren't true just so you can get recognition, I think you're an idiot. But I do also think that, I will tell you that I think that people who really see stuff that they can't explain, they don't really come forward. They don't really want to talk about it for
people assume they're crazy.
Right. And they're digesting it, Jeff, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And usually people of intelligence will digest before they come out. And I have met some people, you know, thanks to filming Lost Monster Files. That was a great experience to film that. And I think that meeting some of the people we've met, and I was like, wow. And then some of them were like, listen, motherfucker, you're a fucking, I know what you're doing. Get the fuck out of here. And that to me is because you discredit anything you do when you do that.
Yeah.
Well, it hurts all of us.
Well, it hurts people in general, because a liar's a liar. It doesn't matter if, like, yeah, I saw him stealing and it wasn't him, and you put somebody innocent in jail, or you make up a story. I just think you
sounds a lot.
And
like
Jeff was bounty hunter, and he's looking for someone, and they're lying to him because they want to look cool. Yeah, you went over there. You know, I got to talk. You just deflected everything. Either you're doing it on purpose or you're just an idiot. And I really think that type of stuff you can't really curb. But as a general rule, I think some of the people are really cool that really want to learn or want to see something or want to
teach you something, you know, at the same time.
Yeah.
Both of those are awesome. I love to learn new things, and no matter how old I get, I'm always going to learn new things wherever I go. That's the beauty of it. And I also like, you know, dropping a few pearls of knowledge here or there. You know, I don't want to toot my own too much, but I'm a fairly smart person with a lot of worthless knowledge. I'd love to drop.
But it's, you know, some of our worthless knowledge is worth a lot to somebody. And I think that's important. That's important.
Exactly.
Ball, man. You know,
oh, sorry, Jeff, go ahead.
No, even at work, a lot of my job description involves educating, and I do a lot of that because people don't know what I'm talking about. And you know, it's like, I can't walk in there and throw around a bunch of medical jargon and expect them to know exactly what that is, or what they call acronyms for everything. You know, I'm like, well, your TX is, you know, going to last, you know, whatever. They just don't get it. So, you know, a lot of times you have to educate people, and it's got to be the same thing in the cryptid world. You know, a lot of skeptics and a lot of people with bad misinformation. It's the age of.
Well, you got to remember, man, you got to go back to, I like to use the word indoctrination. We all know how that works, and we all know how that's done a lot across the spectrum of not just, you know, cryptozoology, zoology, religion, community, politics, humans, race, politics. It's all indoctrination. There's so many things now that are hitting the surface, I think, because, you know, the gatekeepers are dying. Let's just put it that way. The gatekeepers are dying. And so things are getting released and things are getting let out that, you know, and you actually have people that really don't want to conform, right? So when you find that people don't conform, I would love nothing more. The reason I wouldn't want people to find a Sasquatch, if there's one out there, because I think it would be hurt. I think once that happens, I think the particular one that's sloppy enough to be caught is going to be hurt. If it's out there,
dissect it, and
they're going to do stuff to it. And I think there's probably some true Sasquatch hunters out there that don't talk about it, and they know exactly where a lot of that stuff is. And I think
give up your fishing hole. It's, you know, give up your Sasquatch.
Right. So, and then on the same hand, I would really want someone to see that, because I think that if they see that, then you actually can debunk a lot of things, and it's going to alter history again. You know, it's always just going to alter history. I mean, speaking of Sasquatch, I think that there's.
Whoa! What the fudge? What? Look at how we look, Marissa.
I know. Matching braids and hats. I saw that.
Or did you?
Yes, of course they did. Stop it.
No, we did not.
Hold on.
She has been on the road all day. I have not even spoken to her, but like, hey, girl, this is what's going on. Like.
Well, she wanted to even it out, so Jeff and I can look up.
That is the weirdest.
And you look like down there.
I know, it's like a Brady Bunch
thing. Weirdest moment, though,
of a lovely lady.
I'm so wigged out right now. How freaking weird is that?
Okay, hold on. When I was in the background, I saw you with your hat backwards, so that's why I was like, oh, maybe that's what I should do. But yeah, my hair's been in braids all day because it's been crazy. I haven't been able to wash my hair in days. It's a disaster.
I saw that it was earlier when you found that little turtle on the road, and that's funny because my neighbor across the street, Tara, brought me one today that she found, and I took it back to our canal back there and let it go, and it shot off. But it was cool. I sent you the pictures. It looked good looking little turtle, huh?
You sent me the pictures?
Yeah. They're in your Instagram, right under your post.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I haven't.
It was a baby. It was a young, probably
back from Gainesville, Julie.
A little bit bigger than a coffee cup. Round wise, red belly, really cool looking. Little
in your yard or
no? Tara found it in the road. The neighbor.
Oh, little red belly.
She's like,
red belly slider.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know. I found it over here by Kmart. I'm like, oh my
scooter,
god, by Kmart. Jesus Christ, where it used to be, anyways. Over there, it might have been on somebody's dinner plate in that area. So
I got a gopher tortoise that's been living under my house, and I can't really do anything about it. So I just let him be.
That's good. Yeah, I think that's cool when they live on your land. Yeah,
he's about that big. He comes out every day though when the sun's out and just chills in the yard. He's pretty cool.
I saved a soft shell from being eaten by a bald eagle in my neighborhood.
I saw that.
That's right.
You know, those bald eagles are angry because they're bald. So
listen. That mofo still sits on my dock staring at me with those evil eyes like, you took my food. But I was like,
well, he's waiting to take your daughter too next.
I was like,
if I was him, I'd wait till she was going to dance class. I'd hit that bitch. I'd be like, you want to do this to me and take my turtle? I'm take your kid. The problem is Bimby'd probably kill him.
She would.
She'd beat him up and slam him off the ground and kill him and then bring it to you.
Yep. Can we keep it? Like, Mom, can I keep it? Holding it by its neck, and it's like
a little bald eagle.
Yeah,
that'd be terrible because she'd go to jail. Somebody would.
She would go to jail.
Yeah. Was it a big soft shell he was trying to carry away?
Pretty good size. Pretty good size.
Monstrous.
Huge. She was like this big, roughly. I'd say like, yeah, probably about this big. And John had seen him grab it.
We have the videos, Jeff.
I do have the
videos. Yeah, they sent videos to us.
He came in. He's like, I just saw the coolest thing ever, but it also is very sad. And I was like, what? I'm thinking one of my little bunnies in the yard got taken. And he was like, this bald eagle freaking dove in the water and came out with this soft shell and was like trying to manhandle it in the air. Like, because it was slippery and like, no. And he's like, I mean, I got to give him some props. Like, he's literally going to try and eat this thing. I'm like, you didn't save it, Daniel. And he's like, it's in the air. So then, like 30 minutes later, we're like,
you're gonna have someone hating you for saving it, but explain what happened though.
Yeah. So then, like,
it kind of dropped it.
He did. So 30 minutes later, we get in the car, we're heading out, and I'm like, John, and I see the soft shell, and he's like trying his hardest to like get through the grass, right? And I see the bald eagle. He's in the grass, like staring at this thing, waiting for it to die. So I'm like, turn the car around. I'm saving that turtle. And John's like, I don't think we should. I'm like, turn the car.
So you allegedly interfered with a federally protected bird and took its prey out away from it, allegedly, like it was because the turtle clearly got away from you from the bald eagle.
Oh, it got away from the bald eagle. I just grabbed the turtle.
And you assisted the turtle back to your
back to the water,
so it was safe.
Yeah, so he was nearby watching. Escaped,
right?
Oh, he was out of his hand.
That you didn't interfere with that. Like, I know you would never do that
because no, I cannot approach them.
Live.
I can't go up like that. I can't like. I know that. I am very aware. But he did not have him in his possession anymore. And the little guy was trying to get back on the road, which he would have been killed on the road because they get killed on my road all the time. So you saved the eagle
because he probably would have got hit too trying to catch it.
Which we did actually have that happen here.
I know. So it's good that you ended that situation.
The whole situation was cleared. Yeah. Because one time I didn't.
Absolutely not, Heidi. Absolutely not.
One time I didn't interfere.
Anymore?
No, we don't have a Kmart here.
Since like 2016.
Yeah. But I did have footage.
Sorry, I'm living in a different world.
But I did have footage, Troy, the other time, and that's on my Instagram, of when I caught the bald eagle fighting with the vultures for food. And that was really cool.
You want to hear something really funny, though, Brittany?
But I just saved the turtle, FWC. I didn't interfere, state law. He wasn't in his possession.
Eagles are federal. But
federal law.
Had a gopher tortoise or indigo in its mouth, he would have been really screwed.
I would have had to just let it happen. But listen, he was safe. I got him back to the water.
They have diplomatic immunity. They can kill and poach whatever they want. They're allowed.
Just immunity.
Yeah, they can do
weapon.
If an eagle wants to kill an indigo snake in front of 10,000 people, it can. If you try to save an indigo snake from an eagle, you go to jail.
Yep.
Because that's just how that works.
Right?
Yeah.
But I will tell you, in Marissa's area where she lives, they actually have a Publix. You want to tell us how that's spelled?
Really?
Yeah,
You have a Publix down there?
Oh, listen.
Light.
Oh, no. Somebody traveled to America and saw it and then tried their best to spell it.
Is
And
it
then paint the sign green and then write it on a fucking board. No, let's tell us how to spell it for us. I would love it.
You know what's really funny? I can't remember.
Publix. Publicks.
Love it.
Publix.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe
I
it's
was like,
pronounced
wait, which
Publix.
one is the? It just
The real
says
one is the one here. That's the real one.
With the
Let's not
X.
Okay, I'm
Which
sorry.
is
with
an
the
X,
X.
yeah.
Okay,
Don't
yeah,
pretend you don't know. You've
Pub
been to
subs.
Florida
You can't
plenty
beat a
of
good
times.
pub sub.
Yeah, it's
Oh, no.
Lics.
So
Look,
good.
there's-
This is different. It's like just hand painted and it's green to try to make people feel comfortable. If we call it Publix, they will
it's a good
come.
store. Yeah, and we get all.
I like
sorts
some of them are cool. Some of the
things.
stores are good though, Marissa. Some of the grocery stores smell like, hot garbage and train smoke.
Yeah, the little ones that are run by certain people.
Yes. I walk in there and go, "What's that?" Flavia goes, "Smells like police." And he goes and gets a beer. Motherfucker. Fucking guy. I swear to God, he does it all the time. Look at this right here. He does shit like that, points at the shelf and shit. There's a cockroach on this one. That's the one I want. I'm like, oh,
I can see him doing
Dude, there's
that.
cockroaches everywhere. It's
I know.
you're
Brittany
gonna
would
get 'em at
die.
the 5-star hotels.
I
It's
like
just-
cockroaches.
You got to shake them
it's
out of your
just they're
pants sometimes. Like,
everywhere.
whew.
They're just.
I don't mind the big
everywhere.
ones. I don't mind the palmettos. It's the fucking German cockroaches, the teeny little kitchen cockroaches that are the worst.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those guys can get infested.
You could
pretty
never
fast.
get rid of
I
those
like
freaking
the
things.
big ones.
You know what I call
like the
those?
big
White
ones.
trash roaches. If you go to someone's house that's straight up white trash, they always have fucking cockroaches living in their cabinets. Those fucking German roaches.
I hate those fucking
They
things.
blow them off the top of their cereal. And then they eat it. It's like, come on, man.
Oh
Have
my
you ever seen those
God.
videos? They're like going to some trailer where there's like 22 cats and an old person. And they
Yeah.
take the cabinets off and the wall just goes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
When I used to bounty hunt all the time, I'd walk into places in the corners of the ceiling, that would be black because there'd be so many roaches gathered around the corner, and they don't even wait for the lights to go off. They're just like, fuck you, I'm coming out with the lights on.
That's
Period.
disgusting.
Flip you off. They got switchblades and baseball bats.
I don't even know why. That's so
Roaches.
gross to me. I don't know why I find that so appalling.
What, the German roaches?
Yes.
Because people think they're attracted to dirt, but they're more attracted to water and things that they can hide under. So cluttered places with drippy sinks.
And a lot of like cereal and food they can get into and eat.
Mhm.
Because sometimes they come in grocery store food boxes and stuff.
Better not touch my fucking
It happens
cereal.
a lot. It happens a lot with the grocery.
I'm sure it
store.
does down there. I mean, it's not so much here. I'm
He's
sorry.
after me, Lucky Charms.
It's protein, right? It's extra protein. Have you all never had bugs before? Like,
I have.
I've
Yeah.
eaten crickets.
I've had some
and,
fried crickets and stuff.
ants.
Ants
I've
too.
eaten scorpion in Thailand.
I never did that.
termites taste like I've had
Peanuts.
scorpion in Vietnam, and then I had
During the war?
tarantula. And
Troy. During the war.
Yeah, Vietnam put men through many, many changes. Look at him now.
yeah, no, but the best bug I've ever had was when I was in Brazil, and
Oh,
it
that's
tasted
so
like
sweet.
it was a big larvae, and it tasted like an almond joy.
What?
It was so good. It was
An
so
almond
good.
joy.
What?
Yes, it tasted so good. Oh, that was the best.
Ooh,
That was the
yeah.
best thing. But the
Yeah.
weirdest thing I've ever had, and this was in the Philippines, but they also have it in Vietnam, so maybe you've had it too, was
Was
balut.
it the egg?
Balut, yes.
Well,
Yeah, I had
Disgusting.
balut.
absolutely
That
disgusting.
was-
Underdeveloped chickens, crunchy
Whoa.
bones.
And I was a vegetarian for 17 years, and I was like maybe year one of being not a vegetarian. And I went to a meeting, and everyone's like, just try this.
That's
And I was
so
like,
true. Seth, thank you.
ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, just to
my
tell
girlfriend's
everybody-
Filipino, and her family
No.
eats meat. There's no way.
No.
We're
No.
actually, just so everybody knows, like we're not just broadcasting on YouTube tonight. So I actually have it up on, we're up on Twitch, Instagram, and multi
Facebook.
Facebooks. YouTube's just a small bracket. YouTube and I have issues because YouTube knocks me out of the algorithm sometimes because for some reason they're still they piss me off with their bullshit. I get community guideline shit with them all the time, no matter how many times I say it's
Like
an
me on
adult show.
Twitter.
So they knock me down. I have to, in order for me to broadcast on Twitter, I have to have a premium account, and I'm not going to buy Twitter yet.
Oh, fuck that.
I'm not going to do that yet.
Twitter sucks anyway, man.
But I'm not going to, I mean, the reason I like Twitter is because I can say whatever I want on it and I don't get banned, but I don't want to do the stuff yet because I have Twitch and Rumble and all that. So we're actually broadcasting in a couple different areas tonight. So it's just kind of cool. But yeah, YouTube's kind of pissing me off. I might not even connect it to that next time because it's really there. I'm really starting to get mad. They don't like the bots pick up words that have nothing to do with what we're talking about, and then they post it.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were in the field, and I posted a video, and with Brittany, and she was wearing khaki pants and boots and stuff, and I got busted for nudity. Because
they're really tight khaki pants. Or?
They were, and they were like, "Oh, you can't. You're nudity and bullshit." And I'm like, "Get the fuck you!" It was Brittany was in khakis, but because it looked far away, it looked like somebody was nude. So the bot did an outline. I had to go in there and I had to go. Tell
That's
them
so
what's
ridiculous.
up.
I've actually seen like nude pictures pop up on Instagram, like people's full buttocks, and I'm like, "What the fudge? Like, why? How did that get passed?" And it's like, they don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
so
had
it's ridiculous.
YouTube to me is so
Facebook
meaningless. I
posts.
know people like it.
They say I violated their community standards.
Yeah, but there doesn't need to be any community standards.
No, there doesn't.
Fuck you.
I just got flagged in my stories because they said that the video I shared in regards to what's going on with the pyramids of Giza with the structures underneath, the fact checkers got on that particular reel because it was a reel that speculated from past historical documentation that talked about, could these represent XYZ? Kind of like a History Channel, kind of like little infomercial, like here's what we know in history. What could it mean, right? What are these pillars? I actually got a flag by Instagram saying to me, you need to take it down. We've reviewed your reel, and the fact checkers have said that it's you're saying false. So I messaged them back and I said, I shared somebody else's reel to my stories. It's not mine. I do not own the reel. I just shared it. So you can't flag
because you have a hater.
You can't put me in timeout.
Oh my God, Brittany's doing this.
Brittany's got too many followers.
It has to be.
Let me just type it in.
That's the price of popularity, Britt.
Nobody. That's the thing. Like nobody. And the shit that I'm getting flagged on is like the weirdest stuff. Like, be open-minded, flag, take you down.
It's AI. That's the problem. Is that it's
correct.
It's something that it's not.
It's all bots.
That's correct. It's still learning. It's still learning what it's it's deciphering. It's still growing. But yeah, YouTube's kind of a pain in the ass. I know people like YouTube or whatever. Not they do stuff.
I rarely use YouTube unless I'm trying to learn to build something or to fix something or to
me too
put in flooring or whatever. That's what YouTube's good for. I mean,
I just post up there so people can go do it. Social media in general can be a nightmare in itself, but I don't mind. Like if I see something that offends a lot of people, or I see something I don't agree with, that's cool. I don't want people telling me I can't do stuff. So you put whatever you want on there. So you're telling me everything on Instagram. The fact checkers are checking everything because I've seen stuff on there that's so outlandish.
Apparently, this literally was flagged on me today, and I was like, "You realize I posted that story two days ago?"
Somebody reported you. You got a little hater.
Yeah, you got a hater.
For posting a reel that I didn't even add to my thread. It went to my stories.
All they need
none
to do
of
is
this
complain.
makes sense.
They got to complain and send it in, and then they pretend they look
too much time on their hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I love those people.
I don't know who wants to flag me.
One of my favorite kind of people in the world is, let's get started. My favorite kind of people in the world are the ones that think they're so cool because they're known online. And I'm not talking about YouTube stars. I'm talking about the tough guys that used to get in the old chat rooms. Remember that? AOL online fucking shit. Jeff?
Oh, yeah.
They start dressing apart. Next thing you know, they got a leather pouch on their side that holds their cigarette. Then they have this leather fucking Bic lighter holder. And they come out all cool. And they're white. They're white people. And they dress like Indians. And they wear like bone necklaces. And they're like, yeah, I name myself Umgawa. And all this kind of shit. Like, fuck you, you stupid bastard. Fuck you. Those are my favorite people. And they think they're so special. And then they comment or they'll send me a message. I don't think you should be holding the turtle that way. It stresses it out. And I go, I think you should fuck off. I'll throw that turtle in the fucking tree if I want to. What are you talking about?
Yep.
I was going to do this really cool video and piss everybody off, but I thought that if I did it, the wrong people would get, because they're so sensitive. Oh my God, he talked about my God. But I was going to take this animal and play with it, a live animal. And I have a replica of the same animal. And then I was going to beat the shit out of it and fucking drown it and say, that's how you train. But I figured if I did that, somebody would flip the fuck out, dude.
They would.
And then they would say animal cruelty and all this kind of stuff. And I'd have to say, it's a joke.
Oh
it wasn't real.
People are so stupid.
Oh, my God, Jeff. But wouldn't that be the greatest video if I did that?
He did that to me when I was younger with my dog Angel. I used to have with the what?
I did it to Cody too with his pet mouse.
Oh yeah, you did. You did.
But I didn't hurt the mouse. I didn't hurt.
I was walking. I used to have like a stuffed animal, just like my little Pomeranian, like identical. Like I had it would sit on my bed. It matched my little 3-pound Pom. I'm coming through the kitchen into the living room, and there's a door that leads to our pool in my mom and dad's house. Right?
I remember.
He has the door open, and he's like, "Don't you ever do that again, Angel!" And he throws it, and I see what looks like my dog going in the air and into the pool. And Troy was like doing his moment of like fake fierce, you know, like I'm going to make her really believe that this dog did something and I'm just done. Right. Mom, I guess, knew and was playing along with it. I was like, and I like dove all the way to the pool and then realized an Angel comes running from my back bedroom front door staring at me. And I'm looking at the pool and I'm like,
yeah, but see,
oh my God, Troy. I thought
nowadays,
he's like busting out loud. I'm like, oh my God, I swear to God, I thought you threw my dog. And he just stops. He goes, well, they're dogs. They know how to swim. She would have been fine anyway. It's fine. It's just like,
well, I mean, but people nowadays are so sensitive. What's up, Ange? People like that are so sensitive now that if I was to do that online, that, oh my God, it would be viral complaint and abuse. And then I'd have to explain, oh, here's the prop. It's just a joke. Calm the fuck down, you little idiot.
But those are like old school pranks. It's like
I get a lot of idiots. I get a lot of idiots.
That's the whole problem with media in general right now, is that people see it and they immediately react and post, oh my God, this guy's beating up a turtle or whatever, without vetting it at all or getting any kind of context
or understanding what they're doing
or understanding the story in general.
I don't know that I would, Judy, because they all know me here. No, I would never do that, but they know I'm a prankster. They know I would do something like that. Every one of them that's ever seen any of would know that I would do that as a joke, but I would never hurt anything. They'd be like, oh, that's Troy. He's just fucking pushing around. He's just being an asshole again. I'm going to have to go talk to him, because they would have to, because somebody would make a call and they would have to show up, but they know they wouldn't come here because they would know that they would just be like, come on, man, that was funny. I would totally get reported.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. So when you talk about what I don't like is like when you look online, like if you ever notice this, like you're going through Instagram or Facebook and you'll see a story on World War II, or the word bomb, they have to put a little asterisk over the O, or you see Hitler and they take 2 letters out of his name, or you see
penis,
terrorism and penis. I saw that too, where they go PENS.
That.
Yeah, but I don't understand why can't you say any of it?
It's just like saying liver or gallbladder or
like it is.
Why can't you say it on this? Why can't you say
vagina?
It's because it's whatever the algorithm bots are programmed by certain words. So the way that people are finding the way around it is by like using different asterisks.
Speaking of that
word,
I just want to say,
I'm scared.
We're talking about vaginas.
Can you see it?
Talk to the leader of the Vigilante Vaginas. Follow Marissa Tellez at doc_Tellez13. That's not Tellez. It's Tellez. Get it
Tellez.
Right.
Marissa Tellez.
Yes. That's right. I try to support everybody that's on here so people get followed too. See, follow Jeff on Reptile Nerd.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll do Brittany Barbieri as well.
There we go.
Okay.
Yes.
Sweet, man. Yes. Appreciate the shout.
Yeah, we got to keep doing that. We're gonna have some more people talking and hanging out. Yeah. I don't mind. Let's get some more comments. Let's see what I got here. I got a couple popped up. Why so serious?
People are too sensitive.
That's true. Why so serious?
So serious.
Everyone is so serious. The comment portion.
When did it start? I'm trying to think. When did Tropic Thunder come out? Because I feel like
my God,
that's a great movie.
It's amazing. It's amazing. But I remember a couple of years ago, Gen Z or whatever, people found out the character Robert Downey Jr. was playing. They're like, oh my God, we're going to boycott Robert Downey Jr.
God.
What the fuck? Like, it was a hilarious movie. It was comedy. And I feel that was the last movie to just make fun of everything.
It's only but nobody went after the Wayans brothers for playing The fucking white girls.
White chicks, which they're making a sequel to, by the way.
I hope so, because they're not into that bullshit. I think it's great.
They're not.
It's only if a white person does it. I'm sorry. I'll be the elephant in the room. If a white person plays another role, they have a problem with it.
Yep.
Period. End of story. They have a problem with it. Nobody ever talked about the Wayans brothers, any of that stuff.
Now, I will say, the only time that I'm like, that's not right, is like, if it's a Native American movie, give the Native American people the right to have that role and play their own people in their own role. Like, that's where I sit with that part. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, that girl is Latino. She's not actual Cherokee. This is very controversial for me. Like, there's plenty of really cool Native American actors and actresses that like give them that up. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, I think that's the only time I'm a little touchy. I'm like, I know a guy that looked cooler that probably could have played that role a hell of a lot better than that girl. So I was like, I don't know.
But there's no line ever drawn. It's always somebody has to complain about something because they're.
I wouldn't even like go bitch about it. I'm just like,
too many fucking
that's touchy.
Doofy, dumb, low IQ people have computers. That's why. And they get upset.
God damn it, I'm upset now because I have a club foot and somebody made fun of a club foot.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this all the way to the Supreme Court.
I'm so tired of it. Like, I'm like, people just stop. Like, I'm just so over it. I really
exactly.
am.
Snow White. That fucking went over like a fart in church. People fucking hate that. Did you see how bad that went?
Yeah, it went really bad.
So it was a Latina playing Snow White.
That's right, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Well, and it wasn't necessarily like that wasn't the whole problem.
It's
it was
anti-man.
what she was
anti-man.
saying and how public she was about like, we don't need a man and I don't need to have a guy come save me. It's actually the other way around. I should be saving him. And like, she came out and like, her own
that's happens all the time.
Her own publicist was like, they had to hire from Disney a publicist to tell her to shut up because she had come out on her platform because they're like, stay away from political, stay away from anything that could be anything bad, and had come out regardless of what anybody feels. But she had come out on her thing and was like, you know, if
I
you're
don't know if I
Trump,
should be the leader. Maybe this chick from Snow White should be.
No, but like she
you need to shut her down. They need to be educated.
The biggest thing that shut the whole thing down, and Disney was like, oh my God, did she just do this? Is she came out and basically said that if you're a Trump supporter, bad things and harm should come on you. Like publicly on her Instagram, like you should be injured, hurt. People need to do bad things to you. And it was just like, Disney was like, oh my God, shut her up, shut her up, shut her up. Like, this isn't good. And then she attacked on both sides of the war of the Palestine and Israel war. And like, she wouldn't shut up. And Disney was like, stop this right now. And like, I don't need a man. This isn't 1930s. Hello. Have you seen the movie? You can tell it was done in 1930s. Like, this was how she was talking. It was like, oh my God.
You're going to get in trouble for that.
You're
going to get kicked off what you just did. You were talking like a white chick. Now we're in trouble now.
I'm in trouble. But I mean, like, she would come off with this sass and attitude and moving her head and like coming up. Listen, you can go see it. This is not allegedly. Go to her page and see her videos. And I'm like, if I was a PR person, thank God I'm not right in that mess. I would be like,
well, it's just the wrong time. That's really, that would have been a great movie. That would have been a great movie during the fucking Me Too movement. It's just not working right now. It's a fad. These things go up and down.
But they
all
just
this stuff goes up and down.
it.
Like when they hated heavy metal music, and then they hated rap music, and then they hate this, and now they hate men, and then they hate women, and then they hate minorities, and then they hate whites. It's just all, it's a movement, and then everybody wants to hate for a little while. That's it. Oh, you have animals? Marissa is your friend, and she grabs animals out of the wild when they're just minding their business?
I know.
And she just takes them out of their wild environment and sticks them in a pen and films with them? That's not a true animal person.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they don't even know what an animal person is.
What are you sleeping naked with your cats, you fucking cocksucker? Is that what you're going to tell me? Go fuck yourself. It's just always somebody who has, they're just so, I get a lot of messages sometimes because, you know, I love the
they're
new one.
Google professionals.
Forced conformity. I get that a lot.
Forced conformity?
Yeah, because we force the animals to conform and do what we want them to do. We force them. So poor Gilly's forced. He has to lay in there and eat chicken.
I've gotten old guys saying that there's no reason to target train. And I'm like, do you understand this provides a safer environment for both? And
I know who that guy is. Fucking dipshit.
But like, I just remember, and I like told him, I was like, because I target train, I can get so close to my animals. I've been able to see infections and wounds that from far away I wouldn't have been able to catch. Like, there's a benefit. And he's just like, just let them. If they die, they die. And I'm like, I thought you just said that you like animals. And like, it was just so bizarre. But I was like, okay, I'm not supposed to target train. And next. Like, and let's move on.
And I think that, people are catching up on this
mhm.
kind of stuff here. I could play a great drunk. That's awesome. That's pretty funny, Sage Pop. I like that. But another thing that's really cool that people don't understand it, and I try to explain to people a lot because, people focus on horses and stuff. Horses really aren't that smart. And I'll argue that till the day I die because I worked them for most of my life. They're okay, but they're not that smart. Crocodiles and alligators, alligators are a little bit slower. They're the slow kids. They ride the short bus to school. But the crocodiles are very intelligent. But here's what I want to say. The crocodiles themselves like enrichment. And so if emus are pretty stupid too, but they're sweet. But if she's out there working with the crocodile, he gets stimulated mentally. Cerebral cortex gets activated. These animals were revered as gods. And I was telling my parents the other day, or my mom, I said, what if crocodiles didn't really evolve here and they just came from another planet?
That was in Ancient Aliens.
Right? Like, what if they were just brought here because
Ancient Aliens.
Right? And what if they were brought here? But I didn't know that. I just really thought, is as smart as they really are, and how misunderstood they really are, that what if they were? I mean, they were revered as gods. So what if they were just a hybridization of a certain god from that era? And why did the Egyptians find so much value in them? And why did the Egyptians keep them? And when the king died, the Egyptians were buried with all their mummies. They'd kill all their crocodiles and their babies too. And they'd put them in the tomb so they could travel to the next realm with them, which,
It's true.
Well, I'm wondering though if it's similar with the Maya civilization.
Hold on, Sage, but we do. We actually have the American crocodile, and it runs all over Florida. And they're a beautiful species. They're native here. They have been forever, and they're the only place that they live with our alligators. And I think American crocs are probably one of my favorites, and they're probably, to me, are one of the. That's fine, bud. They're probably one of the smartest crocs I've ever worked with. I'm telling you.
Now, what were you going to say, Marissa?
No, I was going to say in regards of the mummification in Egypt, because if the Crocs were related to Sobek, and if I remember, Sobek was connected to the underworld, which is very similar to the Maya cosmology and spiritual beliefs, is that crocodiles were also connected to the underworld. So very similar. Crocodiles here were also mummified at temples with priests. It's really very similar. The Maya... how the Maya revered crocodiles was very similar to that of the Egyptians. There's a lot of similarities.
That's crazy.
That's strange to me. The connection.
Pyramids.
There.
I mean, they all had that year-round tan. They were all about the same height. They built pyramids and they kept crocodiles. Why is that strange to you, Brittany? Sounds pretty good to me. Sounds pretty good to me, man.
Brown. Oh my god.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the way that they're looked at and revered. Like, to me, obviously we know there was probably communication, but I find that strange that we have cultures on different scopes of the planet that are basically looking at the species the exact way with the same intention and purpose. So for me, just as a researcher or a field researcher in the supernatural paranormal, I'm going, wait a minute, that's a little weird. I would like to look into this a little further, because if it happened in these two places, what other locations did the exact same? And if so, what was the connection and why did that start? So that to me just is very fascinating to me, because there has to be some truth to it in the sense of some supernatural entity or story or origin or something that came through that they all were taught this regarding this particular species and why.
Right.
So it's just fascinating to me.
And then the other thing is, like, in Egypt, I know there was a city/temple that was to praise Sobek/crocodiles. And what they're finding here is they're finding cities and towns in the shape of a crocodile. So that's another really, really cool thing. And they
cool.
found one in Guatemala, Mexico, and they're unearthing a town that's in the shape of a crocodile here in Belize too.
Neat.
See, that's strange.
Now I want to answer that. I don't know, Sage. I don't know Okefenokee Joe, but I will definitely look that up.
I know the swamp.
Research him a little bit like that. That's really cool. Okefenokee Joe. That's kind of cool. Sounds like something I'd want to look into for sure.
I got to get up to that and explore there a little bit one of these days up north in the Okefenokee.
Sobek.
Let's go, Matt. Let's go. Let's head it up. I'm down there.
I'm planning to go to Egypt in 2026, so that's what.
Not alone, you're not. Just got a ticket, so that's done. Okay.
There's a croc
right now.
meeting. Yes, there's a croc meeting in Morocco, and so I've always wanted to go to Egypt. So that's the plan: is to go to Egypt, and
Can't just have a good time. You have to go with the croc meeting.
and I have to go. You know,
How many
go-
crocs
just
are going
go
to be
to-
at this meeting?
Yeah, how many crocs?
how many crocs?
Just a bunch of guys wearing Crocs.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a bunch of guys.
Croc
yeah.
party.
Those.
Croc party. It's a croc party. Yeah,
That's right.
but it'll be
hilarious.
What's the meeting
Maya.
for? What is the meeting for? Why does it have to be in
Crocodile.
Morocco?
It's the Crocodile Specialist Group meeting. It's going to be in Morocco. It's the international meeting, the one that happens like every other year.
I'm familiar with it, but why did they pick Morocco? Is there any reason that they picked that
so-
area? Are they working with a species there? I mean,
They're working with the species, but it was between Morocco. God, I feel like I'm gonna start a little fire in you when I say this, but it was in between Morocco,
Never.
India, and hold your tongue, Troy.
I love it. I love it.
all right, I'm
that's-
okay now. I'm okay. Morocco's a
I'm
I'm
great
very
choice.
happy. I'm
Morocco's
so proud
wonderful.
of you.
Morocco is beautiful.
Yeah. So he's still
He
biting
did-
his tongue. You're
He
doing a
did the
good
right
job.
thing, though. He took a second, patient with it.
I'm
I don't have to say anything.
very proud of you.
Look at the health of the mugger crocodile and the gharial crocodile in that fucking country, and you'll understand why. Look at the water they're forced to live in. And hardly anybody gives a fuck. Sorry. About it.
Which is horrible because that poor species
just
suffers.
Need to go collect a few and, give them a new son. That will help everything.
I like that.
Me too.
I like that.
You know,
idea.
some people in some countries just don't get it, right? So these uneducated old world ways of living are not good for the environment anymore. And so you have to understand that. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, you have 10 people pooping in the river and burning their 5 dead bodies in the river, vomiting in the river, fucking in the river, drinking the river water, bathing your babies in the water, pooping in the water. It's not going to affect it. But when the whole fucking place does it, every living thing that didn't ask for that is suffering all the way down the line, from the fish
I
to
wouldn't want to
everything.
swim in poop water.
And nobody steps and goes, hey, I know this is old times or whatever, and you're painting yourself with mud and you're shooting it in the water, all 100 million of you every day. The wildlife is dying. We should probably start there. We should start there.
But yeah, because even like the wild dogs and all the wild animals, they have to drink out of that river too. So all of those
You guys just look that shit
parasites
up
and
on
diseases
Instagram. It'll
are
speak for itself. And if you're
terrible.
offended, you can fuck off. That's the way it is in the wildlife world.
Well,
and people
it's
fuck
just funny
everything up.
because it's like
Fuck it all up.
it's the contradiction in we got to save the planet, we have to help the ecosystems, we have to be
as long as you
we
pay
have
me.
to conserve, we have to do all this, right? But then you see like this type of stuff and it's like, why aren't people helping those
They don't care.
people, right?
Because
I know that,
nobody's
but I'm just
interested.
saying, like, in my head I'm like, you can't be this online, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, but you're not actually helping the situation.
No, you go over there
just
and
wanna
swim in
be
that
a
river,
mouse.
and I'll be impressed.
Exactly. Like
Not me.
How,
But
how to
Johnny
make a difference is
Knoxville
you
stunt
help,
man
you
swimming across that
educate.
shit.
That's how you make a difference. Like that's
You
how you
educate.
save the species.
This also goes back, and my students and I, we were talking about this today. We had a great conversation,
It would be
and
fun.
it comes back down though to the
Yes,
government not taking
Jeff.
care of their people. Like that's
Mhm.
a lot
Mhm.
of issues when it comes
Duty,
to
duty.
human rights and
Yeah.
wildlife conservation. It all goes back to the government. There are
The old government.
there's so much money
Gotta
in
love them.
India, and there could be millions and millions of dollars being poured into these villages to clean up the waters. But no, instead of they're having like $1 million weddings instead, or $1 million
Yeah.
parties within like the 1%.
Their little communities.
Gonna
Yeah.
say, this still on a
Yeah,
caste
dude, and like
system,
they have
so
they sell food on the street with rat dropping toppings and they don't die. I don't understand that. It doesn't make any
rat-dropping
sense to
toppings.
me. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm sure though that
Want
there
some rap?
are. I am sure that there are people in India that hate this. Like, they want a
Oh,
change. Like, this
absolutely.
is not the
Yeah,
life
there's
they want to
3 of
live.
them.
But
There's
if their
3 of them.
government won't step in and do anything, you're stuck. Like,
Well-
if you don't have the finances to leave to a different country, or you don't have the finances to do anything, you are literally stuck in that. Like, it
Even if
has
you
to
have
be
the
horrible. It has to
finances,
be horrible.
It's very
Like,
hard for them to be upwardly mobile because they're still on a more or less caste system. So
Right.
the lower class people are considered, even by the government, to be less than
Right.
the upper class.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very archaic, and
Well,
they
I
treat
think
their
about the
cows
same
better than
thing.
they treat their poor.
I think the same thing about Madagascar, right? Like, I mean, they talk
Yeah.
about these endangered species over there, and then people get all mad. Look at these people out here, these tribe people are eating all those endangered animals. To those animals aren't endangered to those people. They're trying to survive, right?
Yeah.
Right.
They're trying to survive. Then you get some greedy Europeans and Americans over there like, oh, I'll give you all this money for those animals. So we start over there and getting them smuggling, and it's all because they go, oh my God, I can feed my family.
Right.
Instead of someone being smart and going and really investing back into something and really trying to do it like they did when they were protecting the elephants and the large animals in other areas. Yes, they do big game hunts. They'll take out a berserk animal. They'll shoot a big animal down, whatever, one that's running rampant, put the money back into the village, and they protect stuff. I know people hate that, but that's how the world works. It's give and take. It's give and take. And we don't see that in a lot of things. There you go, Jeff.
Mhm.
So, I mean, there's just, and they have a natural immunity to disease,
Yeah.
They do.
Well, it's like a built-up immunity, just
I
like
mean,
people who
And the food they eat is just
Those
constant methane. I'm surprised,
It's so
the whole
India-
fucking place. Someone lights a match over there, it might just
they don't kill
nuclearize the whole
cows
place.
either, so there's a lot of cow farts going around.
Yeah.
walk the
Yeah.
streets.
I was
But,
like, it's unbelievable to me. It's unnatural. You don't have to do that anymore. There's ways to take care of things. To me, it's just lazy. I don't care. If you go down, you hold your butt cheeks open off a wall and launch a turd in the lake in front of children bathing. Fuck you. You know what you're doing. No countries does that. I didn't see it happen in Belize. There's bathrooms there.
There are bathrooms.
So,
Thank you for
Marissa, if
being
you were out on the seawall, if you were
out,
out there, I like Belize. If you were out there and you were doing crocodile work on the bay and some guy's like, hey, Marissa, and shot a big turd out there while you're trying, what would you think? Y'all would fucking beat that guy. He'd be lynched. He'd be at the Flying Pig hanging that night. They'd be using him as a pinata.
I mean, yeah, like he would get called out. Absolutely.
So come on. Who does that?
It's true.
I mean, I know they're doing it in New York now. They do it all over the street there. It's nice. I got videos I've been sending y'all.
Wait. Oh, are you talking about the people pooping?
Oh yeah, I got surveillance
What
videos
is
in front of
going
banks,
on?
like where they just turn around, drop their pants, and they push, and like it just shoots this curry looking stuff all over the top of the patio. Sometimes it's like a light baby color, vomit color.
That's so
Sometimes
gross.
it's a long turd,
we got to get you some better content, bud.
and then the guys are reversing it. It looks like they're
We
getting
got to change
stabbed.
his algorithm. Is what
It's
we
like
need
people
to
are getting
do.
stabbed
Oh
with
my
turds.
God.
It just makes me laugh because they start reversing it, and it's like a turd jumps off the ground and stabs them. It's great.
Our algorithm, like real.
My algorithm's bad because I have followers that are funny and they find humor and shit like that, and they send it to me, and then I share it. Like, I don't find this, but sometimes like Daniel sends me a lot of stuff that's really off color because he finds stuff that's funny. So I send it back to him, but my followers send me that, and I appreciate that. It's funny to me. It's funny. But like when you see like someone can shoot a turd on the wall and it just sits there like someone put a Hershey Kiss on it, that's impressive. I wouldn't want it in my city, but I saw one. Like, he was like, boom, it said.
I don't think.
No.
Remember when we were kids, Jeff, and you
Dynamite.
had the gumball machine? You could get those little splat balls. You could throw them. They'd hit the wall, and then they just kind of walk down the wall. Remember
Yeah.
those things? Well,
Like the crawlers.
they do that with turds now in New York. It's cute.
Well,
That's so gross. That's
I
just
just-
nasty. It's just nasty. I'm sorry. It's just gross.
Real.
I would
I'm pretty
vomit.
sure people have been shitting in the
I'm
streets.
gonna
How do you
just
think-
stay.
how do you think
I'm
the Gary
staying
will
in the
feel?
country. I'm gonna stay in the country.
How do you think
Cities
the
are,
Gary will
like,
feel?
So dirty. A Gary.
When they're like, should we let the children
Maybe
out?
that's why
The father stays. Hold on.
so they don't get too much poop when they open their mouth in the water.
The fathers stay with the baby, so it's pretty interesting. They're like, kids, get on my back.
Yeah.
There's a pile of diarrhea coming down. I want you swimming through that tonight. How do you think they feel? Should we let the kids swim tonight, honey? No. Make sure they stay
Yeah.
on your back.
Stick to the scoots.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
really bad
I
tonight.
think it's cool
Really
how the
bad.
males do that though, and they stay with the babies and they're just
Turtle
monstrous.
power.
What a beautiful creature to destroy. What an absolute.
Oh, with the gharials. So I found out though.
That's awesome, bro. Turtle power.
In Nepal, the gharials do not protect the babies. Like they're
That's
just
cool.
Really?
Well, I'm not saying. I just usually see the males sometimes sitting.
Oh
with
no,
the young.
no,
I thought
it's
that was
super
neat.
cool. It's amazing, but it's unique for that population. A lot of people think that the whole species
That's really cool.
not. It's
That's
it's
really
only that
cool.
population. In Nepal, the parents are like, peace out. Like
Well,
after
that's
kids.
most crocodiles. Isn't
Wow.
it? Most crocodiles are like that, right?
Our morlets here, I have a beautiful picture with a mama with tons of babies on top. With the morlets, the parents will stay around for about 3 months. The American crocs are like, I helped you get in the water and I'm out. Like American croc moms do not.
That Florida parenting style right
Wow.
Yeah. Well, alligators are real sweet about staying with their young ones and trying to fuck you up if you touch one.
there. Yeah, my alligators don't fuck around.
Did you guys see that footage that was shared just recently in Florida of the American croc and the alligator going at it on the
Oh
street?
man,
I
I
did.
believe
Oh, yeah.
it, Sage. I believe it.
I was like,
That was in South Florida. They're just fighting.
Yeah.
They're just fighting over area.
but it
there.
was so funny because it was like the
It's-
alligator
it's
was
breeding
like,
season.
fine, Jim. I'm going to let you have it. And then Jim's like, hell no, you're not. Come back here and say it to my face. Like
Yeah.
that American croc was like, did you see me? Don't walk
Mhm.
away from me. And it was like, let me get back. And the alligator's like, come the freak on. I'm moving away from you. It was just,
To me,
the whole
there's. It's,
personality was so funny.
I know
you could
it's
put, like,
breeding
his
season, and there was some
comedy
aggression there. There was some territorial
Yeah.
aggression. It's breeding season.
Oh, he
End of
grabbed him by
story.
the face. 100%. Like, was like, boom.
Well, Marissa just had that happen recently. Her face broke the fucking jaws off and ate the bottom of the animal. I mean, they don't mess
Yeah.
around.
I
I saw
know.
that in her stories.
It,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It was
it
in Shark
broke
Valley.
my
That's right. It was
heart.
Shark Valley, Jeff.
Oh, I was gonna say no. In that instance, like with the croc taking off the jaw, I was like, it broke my heart that I actually had to tell Troy that he was right and I was wrong.
Oh, stop it now. Stop it.
Because what happened was like this croc, the tail, it looked like a machete chop. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't understand. Like the jaw's broken, but there's a machete chop. Like how would a human
Always,
kill
buddy.
this crocodile? Because we're in Easter, like it's Easter season, and people will kill crocs here because it's the white meat. And so I kept thinking human, and then he's like, I think it's. No, that looks like it was a croc. And I'm like, no. And then someone sent me the photo or the video of a larger crocodile killing the smaller one. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, what happened was usually if the bigger croc,
I still
Yikes.
I couldn't understand. Like it would look like a perfect chop. And Troy was like, no, they can just like torque off. But I was like, but there's nothing hanging. Like I couldn't understand.
well, I had
how-
this video of a huge crocodile that we used to have over here ripping a fucking pig in half with a snap of his neck. Like
Damn.
completely ripped it in half like he took a machete through it. Because they do this thing where they bring their head up and they hold it, they go real slow and they go whip, and they do that whip and it just goes, it just pops off.
Neck breaker, man.
So if the smaller crocodile that she was dealing with had bit on to the top part of the larger animal, it would have probably survived that snap. But what happened was the bigger croc got to the jaw, and when he twisted, he just broke the fucking jaw right out of the bottom. And then the animal would have not. That's not survivable without human assistance. I mean, I have alligators like that with no jaws. We call them the jawless crew. I got my own tank with them, and Daniel Hand feeds them all because I'm just not
Sweet
going to kill them.
babies.
You know, they can be used for education, but.
Yeah.
But with the tail ripped off, when he bit and ripped that tail, it's just a tear. They do it with such ferocity, it's such force, it just breaks. You know, like when you take a piece of paper and you fold it and you pop it, it comes apart real quick, perfectly. That's the concept of it. But if you look close on those pictures that you have too, Marissa, you're going to see the bite marks on the top of the snout of that animal and on the back.
Yes.
Too, you can see.
I noticed that afterwards as well. Like after
What's up,
you
Nate?
I noticed, and that's when I was like, so
It really
upon
is. It does taste
And
good.
then it was machete chop, but then again, yeah, it was. Someone sent the videos of like, oh, this is actually what happened, and yeah, it was all crocodile, no human intervention, which is great. Like it sucks that an
Yeah.
American crocodile died, but at least it was natural, you know.
It wasn't
but
people.
I was telling Troy, I was like, I don't understand how this is such a clean break on the tail. It just looked like a machete. I could not fathom that thought. So
Yeah, because I don't think it was pull. I think it was one of those real quick whips, whack, and it was the right snap at the right time. And yes, Daniel said we have one with no eyes. We have one that was born with no eyes, so he's just a face. It's just a snout, goes back into ears. The coolest alligator ever.
Oh,
Super cool. Has no eyes. So
Poor
cool.
baby.
It's just flat all the way back. Sockets aren't there or anything. Just a really cool looking creature. He does well for himself. He does well.
And that's like
He's
Hamanasi.
Yeah, but your poor animal was, somebody stabbed its eyes out so they could use it for photos. That's absolutely cruel, and
That's awful.
I felt bad for that animal there, just knowing that it started out as a normal animal and someone stabbed its eyes out so they could do that.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Like you always say, the real monsters are the people, not the animals.
Mm-hmm.
well, I always
say that.
And
That's
it's
what I
always- it's
said.
always the
Just like
person's
you
fault.
always say. That's right.
So again, before we cut out of here, we're going to be up with this picture. Brittany's going to be having it at the silent auction. It's going to be put in the silent auction up there at the Bigfoot conference in Ocala. We will be at the Bigfoot conference in Ocala. Brittany and I are going to be there on Friday. The company puts on a dinner for us. We're going to have dinner there. We're going to meet with a lot of other people that are there, and then the VIP people that pay to come in and have dinner and talk with us. We're going to be able to meet and greet people there. And we're also going to be at Saturday all day. We have a booth there, so come see us if you can. If you can get away and come up there and check us out, you should come see us.
Yep.
We'll have a good time with y'all. We'd love to say hi and say what's up. And this painting will be for
We'll be at
auction.
the silent
And
auction.
I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And if y'all can make it, that'd be great. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, Psycho Seth. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Seth.
We love you too, brother. Yeah.
Yep.
So anyways, we're at the end of the stream. If everybody wants to say goodbye, we're going to go ahead and do that and log off. I want to thank everybody for coming out and commenting with me, Brittany, Jeff, and Marissa. And I appreciate all the support you give us, guys. And like I said, April 5th, Saturday, 10 a.m. Come see us. We'll be out there. And we love you.